This is Razer's first product for the console market. It's a Xbox 360 controller.
Do you have an MSRP on it?
The MSRP for that is going to be $49.99.
Okay.
And it's going to be released later this year, sometime at the beginning of the second half of the year. We have a couple of cool features that that distinguishes this controller from the regular controller and other third-party market players out there. The first one is the adjustable tension in the analog sticks. So by turning this lower ring of the analog stick to the left and right, you can make it looser and tighter. So if you turn it all the way to the left, the analog stick is going to be really tiltable.
Almost sloppy.
Right, almost sloppy. Gamers who play first-person shooter games really like that because they want to aim as fast as possible, twitch around with the aiming, while players who play racing games want to have it maybe. What we did is we added 2 extra buttons on the gamepad on the shoulders, on the left and right shoulder. So these 2 buttons in the middle. We call them multi-function buttons, and they're all about customizing the
So you're programmable. You can program it for extra.
Programmable, and by these 2 sliding selectors on the bottom of the gamepad. So it's really easy. You can program it in-game by just sliding this sliding selector up and down. So you can remap buttons from the top of the controller to your fingertips on the shoulder of the controller. So for example, X, B, X, Y, the thumb buttons, both the thumb buttons, can be remapped to either the right multifunction button or the left. The third thing that we did is we transferred our technology from our gaming mice for the PC to the controller action buttons. So they're hyper-response buttons, that's what we call them. They're mechanical buttons that are similar to the mice that we have in the market. They have a hyper-response, that means they're fast actuating, and they give you a distinct feedback for the buttons. So if you press down on them, you actuate them really quickly, and you feel the moment you actuated them. That's good for tournament be wired. That's again for catering for the tournament gameplay, because it's going to be virtually lag-free, and it never disconnects from the console. So say for example you're in the tournament game and your battery of the controller runs out and you disconnect from the game. That's the worst thing that can happen to you, right? With the wire that can happen, and it's going to be 15 feet long, so it's also good for the living room. When you're sitting on the couch, you want to be far away from the controller first and see how it's doing. And as we did for the PC mice, they're all wired in the beginning, and with the Mamba we released a wireless professional tournament grade mouse that was wireless. So for this one, it's wired first. We're using the braided cable on the final product. This is just one of 4 prototypes that we have here at the CES.
This is absolutely brand new then.
This is really
When will
brand
you
new,
be shipping this?
As I said, second half of the year. So it's probably going to be in the summer.
Summertime.